Hello folks, here we are, week number 5, blog number 5. Hard to believe that this much time has gone by. I want to get right into the word of the Lord. I have something that I want to share. I'm speaking primarily to pastors, and yet if you're not a pastor, I believe it will bless you just as much. But I want to speak to pastors for just a minute. One of the great principles that we have, as we look around right now at our world, we see a failing world system. There's no question about that. The world financial system is in deep trouble. I listened to our premier the other day, and the budget that they came up with just 2 months ago, that budget is totally gone, and the expenditures have far exceeded that, and the province is running in debt like no other time. And so we know that's not the source that we can look to. Now here's what I want to establish with you this morning, or today if I can. Number one, 1 John made this statement in the 4th chapter: we have known and believed the love that God has to us. God is love. And as He is, so are we in this world. God is love. As He is, so are we in this world. You have heard me preach and teach to you now for years that the greatest manifestation of Jesus the world has ever seen is going to come to pass in our lifetime. And I've preached that not just recently, I've preached it for years. And we are at that moment that great manifestation is taking place and is going to be something that's going to be beautiful to see as we see the manifestation of Jesus Christ. Now here is where we have to shift our focus. And even as Christians, we have to shift our focus. The world system is buying and selling. That's the world system. Buying and selling. That's the world economy. The kingdom economy is not buying and selling, though we buy and sell. But that is not the basis of the kingdom economy. The kingdom economy is sowing and reaping. Sowing and reaping. Seed time and harvest. And we are not blessed financially by the economy that is around us failing or flourishing. We are blessed and sustained by sowing and reaping, and we need to keep that in the forefront of our mind. And in the midst of a world that buying and selling is failing, sowing and reaping isn't failing. It isn't failing. See, the Bible tells us that in Genesis 8:22, seed time and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, day and night will not cease. Seed time and harvest. Let me show you an example that you all know, but we need to refresh our mind. John, the Gospel of John, chapter 6, a crowd of 5,000 people, and Jesus asked Philip in the 5th verse, when shall we buy bread that these may eat? Here's the world system. Jesus asked the question, where can we buy bread so these can eat? And this he said to prove him, for he himself knew what he would do. He himself, faced with a need of 5,000 hungry people, he himself knew what he would do, but he asked them to test them and to show them the difference between the world system of buying and selling and his system of sowing and reaping. And you know the story. Philip said 200 penny worth of bread isn't sufficient for them. And then Andrew said unto Jesus, there is a lad which hath 5 loaves and 2 fish, 2 small fish. And Jesus said, make them sit down, bring it to me. And he blessed it and fed the multitude. Jesus demonstrated that day we cannot get out of this situation buying and selling. We don't have the means to buy and sell our way out to feed this crowd. But if I can have somebody who will sow, we will reap. And a little boy sowed Jesus multiplied that which was sowed and fed the multitude. I say to you in closing right now, pastors, continue to teach sowing and reaping. And don't just teach sowing and reaping. Sow from your church. Sow from your church. Give. FCF Canada is going to sow in this season, and we will reap in the same year. We will reap in this same year. God bless you as you focus on heaven's system, and may you be blessed in your sowing and in your reaping.